Now at 5, a teenager charged with giving a fatal dose of fentanyl to a Mary G. Montgomery high school student last year. He will be tried as an adult. A judge ruling today, or yesterday I should say, that denying youthful offender status for Jackson Lewis.
That would have sealed the case from public view and capped any possible punishment at 3 years in prison. Brendan Kirby is joining us now in the News Center with more on this story.
Brendan, this case really got the sheriff's attention.
Yeah, it sure did, Byron and Lenise. It was Adriana Taylor's death that really prompted the sheriff to make fentanyl such a high priority. Within days of Adriana Taylor's overdose death in August last year, Mobile County Sheriff's deputies had a suspect in custody. But since Jackson Powell Lewis was only 17 at the time, his name was withheld. But it's public now, and he faces charges of reckless manslaughter and drug distribution. The indictment alleges that he gave the 15-year-old Mary G. Montgomery High School student marijuana and/or Xanax laced with fentanyl.
Fentanyl wasn't super prevalent until that happened. You know, we would get a little bit here, a little bit there. Didn't have any deaths that were related to it that we were aware of. So that really was a catalyst to basically declaring war on people who are selling and distributing fentanyl.
Sheriff Paul Birch says he believes that war is going well. He says his department has made 14 fentanyl-related arrests this year, everything from street dealing to drug couriers to smuggling inside the jail. But Lewis's attorney, Jeff Dean, says his client is no drug dealer. He says Lewis and Taylor had been dating and that the two used drugs together.
They had no idea it was fentanyl. She passed out, he almost died, he was revived and she wasn't. It's a tragedy any way you look at it, but it's a couple of kids experimenting with stuff they shouldn't be experimenting with.
Mobile County District Attorney Keith Blackwood tells me prosecutors are prepared to prove the case in court.
Anytime these dangerous drugs are distributed, it creates a dangerous situation, especially in the world that we live in now with fentanyl being so deadly. And so, you know, I don't think it's a case of experimentation. I think it's a case of very reckless behavior that led to a death.
There is a hearing in this case scheduled for February 15th. After this overdose death, the legislature passed a new law that makes fentanyl prosecutions more straightforward. To win this case, prosecutors will have to prove that Lewis acted recklessly and caused Taylor's death. Reporting live from the News Center, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.